first in the room. Let's go. Let's go. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Wow, look at that. You just never know. Yo, what up, what up? What they do, what they do? Okay. 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 Wow, look at that. Yeah, I got the nerve to wanna call me paranoid and schizophrenic. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Why you so quiet? Right on with the gift. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Okay. Okay. Look at that. 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 Look at that, 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 look at that. Wow, look at that, that's perfect. That's perfect, look at that. Yeah, I got the nerve to wanna call me names like paranoid and schizo. What up, bro? Got the minds of her, I see y'all. Flawless for real, look at that. Wow, look at that. Natural beauty, what it do? Look at that. Okay. Wow, look at that. Vids. People always calling me paranoid and schizo. But I don't care. I'm teach you methods. That's all I do is show you how to methods. You flawless for real. I mean, just look at it. How we feeling, Unc? We feeling good? You just never know. You just never know. Wow, look at that. What's up, though? Oh, girl. Look like you smell like vanilla. To be honest, I want to say some Dolce & Gabbana. Check your mirrors at the Airbnb. Would it be more keyboard tracing? Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Especially after December 1st. December 1st, I'm turning all the way up. I fell asleep to you earlier today. When I woke up. Wow, that's crazy. That's love right there. That's love. I appreciate that. I'm gonna make this a YouTube video. Every time I go live, I make it a YouTube video. I post it on another platform. Let's go. I don't think nobody getting past this in regular motion. For sure, for sure. Cause you just never know. You just never know. shit was not flawless. Yo, that's a fire hat. What y'all know about Seattle Supersonics? What y'all know about the Supersonics? Geek Bud with the follow. Let's go. Yo, quarter sunflower seeds. I got a few. You might be on or something. I'm trying to wait first before, cause I already know they gonna try to restrict me. So I'm trying to play it smart. I'm trying to wait it out. We're gonna wait it out and see what happens real quick. Long time no see. Let's go. Hey, Seattle. Hey, y'all better be careful. I could be your moderator if you need one. For sure. We could talk about it. Supersonics were okay before they created the thunder. Are you gonna start doing role plays? For sure. Most definitely. I got a series on YouTube right now that I'm doing. It's called ASMR, but your barber don't care. It's called ASMR, but your barber don't care, and I'm your barber. And I'm doing a series on that. I'm working on part 3 tonight, and I'm uploading it tonight. It's gonna be dope. It's with the trimmers. So I'm gonna be cutting your hair. What made you get into ASMR? I didn't say the story a lot, but I really didn't get into it. I really didn't get into ASMR. I really got into Airbnbs. And through Airbnbs, I discovered what ASMR was. And when I found out that I was doing ASMR on my Airbnb videos, I just rebranded myself. But you just never know. Wow, look at that. I had no idea what ASMR was. Appreciate the gift, shout. Thank you, I appreciate that. I had no idea what ASMR was. I ain't never heard of that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm from the north side of St. Louis. I'm a hood dude. Street dude, got, all that type of shit. But I ain't never heard no ASMR, man. I ain't know what that was. I had to go Google it. No seeds today. I got some seeds for sure. Incredible gassy ASMR. I'm fucking weak, bro. What? I'm fucking weak. Can you say people always calling me paranoid and schizo? But I don't care. Every time I run an Airbnb, I'm always checking using my flawless methods. Yeah, make me break character, man. Thank you for sure. You just never know. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Hey. Yeah, tripping, bro. Oh my God, they tripping, bro. Yeah, tripping. Man, yeah, tripping. Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. Oh, girl, look at that. Wow, look at that. Sorry, I was arguing at a mouthful of sunflower seeds. Look at that, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. 6.5K likes. Let's go, double tap, double tap. Man, they flawless for real. I mean, just look at it. Wow, look at that. 7.2K, like 7.4K. Look at that. It's 7.8K likes. Let's go double top. Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. Wow, let's go. Let's go. Let me just look at 8.9K. 9K likes. Let's go. 9.2. 9.7. Let's go. Thank you for the gift. Let's go. I appreciate that. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. That is perfect. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Look at that. Double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap. Look at that. Thank you for the gift. Look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. 12K. 12.4K, like, let's go. Double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap. 12.7K, 12.9K. Let's go, double tap, double tap, double tap, 13.2K. 13.1K. Let's go. 14K likes, let's go. Double tap, double tap, double tap. 14.4K. 14.7K. 15.2K, let's go, double tap. Oh, girl, look at that. Oh, girl. Oh, girl, look at that. Oh, girl, look at that. 16.9K, look at that. Wow, look at that. That is perfect. Upload every TikTok live to you today, yeah. Every time I keep saying that word, they keep restricting me, so I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna call it YT. I'm gonna call every other competitor app abbreviation, because every time I say the names, I keep getting restricted, man. I just wanna grow, y'all. I ain't trying to keep going in circles. This method flawless for real. We're gonna have to call YouTube YT. And we're gonna have to call Twitch Purple App. I'm just gonna have to stick to that. That's what it's gonna be. I just come up with a flawless method. Well, appreciate the gift. I had rented an Airbnb. And when I had rented it, I knew something wasn't right because I appreciate the gift right on, Garrett. I knew something wasn't right because you know how you can just get that feeling. I had that feeling. When I didn't search around, but I was playing Call of Duty. I was playing Call of Duty Zombies. And I looked up at the vent. And I seen some red sitting there. He was sitting there blinking. Just off and on, just blinking. And I knew someone right. So what I did was I got me a water bottle. And I put me a little bit of water in there, like probably like an inch of water. And then I had got me some food coloring. I had red. I had blue. I had some purple. I had green. And then I even had some orange too. So basically what I did was I just went on ahead and got the purple, and then I had just went on and put like 2 drops in there just like that. And then I put the lid on there and I shook it up just a little bit just like that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Look at that. And then what I did was I went on ahead and I got me some double-sided nano tape. And I just cut a little bit and I put it right on the top of the lid, just like that. Just like that. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. Wow, look at that. And then what I did was I went up to the fan, I got the bottle and I squeezed it up there just like that. I gave it one big nice squeeze just like that. And then I let go and it bonded to it with the static electricity. And what it do is, see, like if it's a light in there and it's blinking, you can see it in the 360-degree view. Because of the fluid color, and it's going to illuminate in a different color, allowing you to see it. And so when I went up there and I started pulling down wires, I knew it was something. And that's how I found my first spy cam. And then I posted it on TikTok and I went viral. And ever since then, everybody been calling me paranoid and schizo. But I don't care. I don't care. I'ma always take the Airbnb using my flawless methods. Because you just never know. And this method flawless for real. I mean, just look at it. Wow, look at that. I don't think nobody getting past that in regular motion. Wow, look at that. And everybody been sending me. And then I got all these Airbnb hosts sending me threads in my inbox. Talking about I single-handedly messed up the Airbnb market. Talking about I crashed it. Wow, look at that. How can one person crash the Airbnb market? Just because I went viral for exposing all those Airbnb hosts on what they be doing when we rent the Airbnbs. And y'all, you know what? Some of the threats is crazy. You know what they said? They said I was paranoid, schizo, stinky, 40, pooty, but I don't care. I don't care. I'ma always check the Airbnbs using my flawless methods. Because you just never know. You just never know. Wow, look at that. Look at that. You know I care. Oh, girl. 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 Double tap, 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 double tap. 25.1K likes. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Look at that, 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 look at that. Double tap, double tap, double tap, look at that. Wow, look at that, look at that. Wow, look at that. And yeah, I got the nerve to want to call me names like paranoid and schizo like I care. Double tap your house. Come on, let's go. Double tap, let's get it. 100K goal. Let's get that 100K. 100K is gold. Let's go. Let's get it. Double tap, double tap, double tap. 26K. Let's go. 26.1K. Let's go. Double tap, double tap. Look at that. Look at that. 23.2K. Let's go. Double tap. Wow. Look at that. Right on, right on. Hell yeah. Mitchell and that snapback. Got the Sonics right there. Yellow bezel. Yellow button. There we go. Appreciate the rose. Let's go. Wow, look at that. 28.4K. Let's go. Double tap. Hey. B. C. D. E. L. G. H. I. J. K. L. L. O. B. Q. R. S. T. U. Thank you. V. W. X. Oh, girl. Take it for the rolls. Let's go. Wow. Let's see. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That's perfect. That's sunflower seeds. It's sunflower seeds. I'm always hungry when I run an Airbnb. It's always chew on some sunflower seeds just in case. You just never know. I love y'all too. Flawless game. Good ASMR. I appreciate that. Thank you. Look at that. It's the unsalted seeds. I don't have that many left, but I got y'all though. Oh girl. 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 Wow. It's the unsalted seeds, y'all. No flavor, no seasoning. And once I want to say, I eat one bag every day. So 7 bags a week. I eat 30 bags a month. My favorite seed is unflavored, unsalted. Oh, girl. Quit spitting on stream. Wow, look at that. I do one a day. It's a lot of protein. It's a lot of plant protein. Double tap, y'all. Double tap. Look at that. 35.9K. Let's go. Look at that. 32. Wow, look at that. 36.4K. Let's go. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Look at that. 36.5K. Let's go, y'all. Look at that. Oh, go. Oh, go. 36.7K. 36.8K. 36.9K. I'm staying on until my phone go dead. I don't care how long that is. I got 88% left. 37.5K, let's go. 37.6K. 37.7K. 37.8K. 38.1K. 38.3K. 38.5K. 38.6K. My favorite NBA team is Chicago Bulls. I mean, sunflower seeds. 39.9K, let's go. Double tap. 40K, let's go. 40K, let's go. Double tap, let's get it. 40.1K. Wow. I watch soccer. And golf. 40.5K. I only like the unsalted sunflower seeds. Dr. J. Julius Irvin is the GOAT. 41.1K. Dr. J. Julius Irvin is the GOAT. R.I.P. Kobe. I'm from Chicago, gang. That's what they do. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. 41.6K. You just never know. Look at that. Wow, look at that. What flavor sunflower seeds? Unsalted, no flavor. Look at that. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. What's how you pronounce your name? Aliyah. Look at that. Raw dog in the seed. Come on. There's that too. I'm gonna save my chest. I'm about to get my ribs done next. And I'm gonna get my belly. Shout out to Garrett 0202. Let's go. Call me paranoid. Let's get so hungry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25. Let's see. 7. 8. There you go. Thank you for Rosen. 10. 11. 12. 13. And sunflower seeds. 14. 15. 16. Look at them. Wow, look at them. Look at them. You got no more, you got 0 sodium. People always calling me paranoid and schizo, but okay. I'm always check the Airbnb using my flawless methods, because you just never know. You just never know. Chat, put a W in chat if I can count down from 30. Put a W in chat right now if I can count down from 30. Let's go. Wow, look at that. Bad say left. Keep double tapping, y'all. Don't stop, keep double tapping. 100K goal. 100K is goal. Keep double tapping, let's go. 30. 29. 28. 27. 26. 25. 24. 19. 22. 21. 20. 19. 18. 17. 15. 14. I'm trying on sunflower seeds. 13. 12. Double 12. Double 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Wow, that's perfect right there. I don't think nobody can pass that. We just hit 50K. Let's go. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. You play baseball, right? Most definitely. Baseball, soccer, football, basketball, golf, bowling. I played pool. I played darts. I did archery. I did snorkeling. I did horseback riding. I did bricklaying. I did welding. I did forklift operation. I did massage therapy. What else I do? I did yeah, man. I did diesel mechanic work. You just never know. You just never know. I did skydiving. I did bungee jump. Let me see. I played a year with the St. Louis Cardinals, major baseball. Like, man, let's go, man. You just never know. I was 2-year Golden Glove boxing champ when I was 13 and 14. I got ranked Golden Glove 2 years back to back. You just never know. Eat the seeds, sunflower seeds. I be scared this guy died. Oh, it's easy. It ain't nothing. I was. You just never know. I used to box. Golden Glove 2 years in a row. I tried hockey, but I'm not that good at hockey. In St. Louis, we got the St. Louis Blues. And like you can actually go out on a practice field and go skate. And my mom used to DJ at a skating ring. And during the winter time, it had ice over. And it'd be an ice skating ring. But I could never learn how to ice skate. It's hard to stop. It's hard to stand up. It's hard to get going. Ice skating is nice. And if you're gonna play hockey, you gotta play it on ice. Jiu-jitsu, judo. Whip that pot like judo. I love judo. Look at that. 55.9. Right on, Betsy. I appreciate the gift. Look at that. Thank you. Let's do some tapping. This is a Jet 2 holiday where you can save 50% on your sunflower seeds. Oh, God. shell out. Okay. Okay, it's my way of saying whatever. So what? Adios. Okay. Bye bye. Okay. You just never know. Okay. That's why I say okay. You Russian? That's what's up. Oh, look at that. Oh, girl, look at them. Thank y'all for the rose. I appreciate that. That's perfect. Sunflower seeds. 57.6K. Let's go double tap. 57.7K. I can block you. Let's go. I'll help you out. You no big deal. You just never know. Wow, look at them. Cayman Islands. I eat a lot in a day. Oh, okay. Call me schizo. Oh, okay. He didn't want to just leave a live stream. He wanted to leave and make a scene. Like a big old baby crying for attention. That's all that's about. Flawless method. You just never know. I appreciate the follow. That's perfect. Look at that. Let's get some. Oh, okay. I always put a donut at the door. Second base, St. Louis Cardinals. Sunflower seed, here's the marking. St. Louis Cardinals, second base. You just never know. That's perfect. Wow, that's perfect. Look at that. On my YouTube. Ski mile. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wow, that's perfect. Look at that. You just never know. Look at that. Let's do some tapping. I mean, sunflower seeds. I'm spinning the shell out. The shell of the seed. scratching that brim. That's perfect right there. Love the ass scratches. That's perfect. You just never know. You just never know. I just wanted to get into something different, you know. Switch it up. ASMR found me. I didn't find ASMR. What's your favorite sunflower seed? Gotta be unsalted, unflavored, unseasoned, plain, raw, organic sunflower seed. You just never know. Y'all want some more of that, the head scratching? Y'all want some more of that? My favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, homie. More head scratching. Bet. Hold on, let me grab my that. Cause this shit got my neck hurt. How about the Hornets? Let's go. Everybody wants sunflower seeds. Let me get y'all some more seeds. Make sure y'all double tap. Let's go. 65.9K. Let's go. Double tap. Let's get it. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Let's go. Double tap, double tap. Let's go. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm making my YouTube video. Look at that. Look at that. 57.2K. Look at that. 67.4K. Let's go. Wow, look at that. 67.7K. 57.8K. 67.9K. 68.1K. 68.2K. 68.4K. Let's go. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. 58.5K. Thank you for the rolls. Let's go. 58.8K. 59K. Let's go. People always calling me paranoid and schizo. But girl. Girl. Wow, look at them. Thank you for joining my fan club. Let's go. TJ sent the army. Let's get it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, look at that. I don't think nobody can pass that in regular motion. Look at that. Yeah, man, I don't know good. Just never know. When 11 o'clock come in like 8 minutes, I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm making a YouTube video as soon as I'm done with this. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm making a YouTube video. Gotta do something fresh and crispy. Let's go. So that's what I'm gonna be on. I gotta bless my YouTube account with some content. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube. I'm posting this live stream on my YouTube, so you'll be able to watch the whole thing from the beginning. YouTube in the bio. It's the same handle as my TikTok. ASMR King TelaBoy. This your first time watching? Wow, you just never know. Well, welcome. My name TelaBoy, aka ASMR King TelaBoy. And I got some, some flawless methods for you. Because you just never know. Already subscribe. I love that. Appreciate that. That's love right there. That's love. Appreciate everybody that subscribed to my YouTube already. I got some videos coming. I got this live stream coming. And then I got another video coming outside of the live stream. So let's go. I'm turning up, man. I'm not stopping. All gas, no brakes. I love the ghetto ASMR. That's hilarious. You just never know. You just never know. Gonna subscribe right now. Might as well go ahead. The link in the bio is to my Twitch. But you'll see the YouTube right there. ASMR King TelaBoy. He mad professional, no ghetto her. I heard that. You gotta let them know sometimes, cause you just never know, you know. I guess, I don't know. First ever guy that I find relaxing. Wow, you just never know. Hey, I eat seeds too, do you? How did you get into ASMR? Well, I really didn't get into ASMR. I was checking the Airbnbs with my flawless methods. And you know the Airbnbs, they be having power and cameras and stuff like that. So it requires you to whisper and be quiet in certain rooms of the Airbnb because they be recording you. And when I went viral for exposing that, everybody was blowing up my comment section saying I was doing ASMR. They was saying that I was putting them to sleep. And they was like, bro, I ain't never in my life had tingles like this before. They was like, you need to make a YouTube channel. You need to do ASMR ASAP. Like, I can listen to you day in and day in and day out. They was like, you need to make a podcast. You need to just talk. I just want to hear you talk. And I was like, ASMR, why is everybody saying that? So I went on Google and I typed in ASMR. And then I seen some videos and I was like, oh, okay. I had to understand what ASMR was. So then I was like, and people was like, bro, you can make some serious good money on YouTube if you start doing some long form videos with your ASMR. And then I was like, that don't sound too bad. So then I just changed my name and rebranded my name. My content never changed. I just changed my name to ASMR King because that's the name that y'all gave me. Y'all gave me the king. Y'all gave me the crown and I just put it on. And I just went with it and it's been like that ever since. And that's how this happened. Because you just never know. That's how my ASMR isn't like nobody else's. I'm not copying nobody else's style. I'm not doing nothing nobody else doing because I never tried to do ASMR. I never tried. It was natural. It came naturally. So yeah, I getting all different kind of vibe, all different kind of set of tingles. That's why people call it nonsense ASMR. People call it, they giving it all these names. They trying to figure out what it is. They're trying to figure out what it is, but really what it is, a flawless method. It's a flawless method because everybody that's been doing my flawless methods has been going viral. Everybody been going viral. Everybody been blowing up doing my methods. A lot of them tag me, a lot of them don't. It's all good, it's all love. But one thing we can say for sure that the methods are flawless. For sure. So look at that ASMR. We can do a little bit of look at that. Yeah, a lot of people don't tag me. It's all good though. It's all good. Because you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all why it's all good. I appreciate the gifts. I'm gonna tell y'all why it's all good. Why? Even though people don't tag me and they blowing up off my methods, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Her fan base, they only just like her ASMR. They like her for something that I do. They like her for my personality. She mimicking me. She impersonating me. It's me that they like. That's not her. She just doing ASMR. That's why her fans will never stick like mine. The reason what makes my fan different, everything is original. Everything is organic. And it's more than just ASMR. It's comedy. It's a little bit of everything. Man, that's why I like what I do. My content, it sticks to people's brains, sticks to their subconscious. People be at school saying my lines. People be at school thinking about me. People be in the mall thinking about me. People be with their mamas and uncles talking about me. People, my name stick. What I'm doing stick. What she doing isn't sticking because it isn't organic. She just a photocopy. It's cool. Have your little money. Get your little fans. Get your little following up. But what I'm building is a solid foundation. Solid foundation of fans. Almost like a cult following. Because the foundation is so solid. Everybody's saying hunger. Everybody is saying hunger. Everybody's saying a paranoid and schizo dude. Everybody is loving it. They entertained. Not solely on ASMR, but the whole package. Everything. You gotta have that different mindset on me. I ain't just talking, I ain't tooting my own horn. I'm spitting straight facts. Straight facts. If you only doing ASMR, nobody's gonna be thinking about you later on. They're not gonna be thinking about you. You're not bringing nothing to the table. You're just doing ASMR. There's a million ASMR artists tapping on stuff. $1 million microphones with brushes. Everybody doing that. But what makes you different is what's gonna blow you up. I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. That's why I stand out from the crowd. That's a flawless method. You just never know. You just never know. Appreciate the gift. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, look at that. 14, look at that. Wow, look at that. 15, look at that. 16. Right on for the art, me, I appreciate that. 19. 20, look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, 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 look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, 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 look at that. Wow, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, girl. Oh, girl, look at that. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. And yeah, I got the nerve to want to call me paranoid and schizo like a girl. What long, girl? Oh, girl. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, I got the nerve to want to call me paranoid and schizo. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. You just never know. You just never know. Oh, girl. 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 Oh, never know. Actually, I gotta end this live stream because I gotta make my YouTube video. I gotta make my YouTube video. I have to. Can't put that off. Gotta make that YouTube video. Alright. So I'm gonna end this live stream just so I can make my YouTube video. If you're not following me on YouTube, follow me now. Turn on post notifications so you can be notified when I post it. I'm gonna save this live stream as a video, and then I'm making another video. I'm posting it both. I gotta get ready to go. Alright. I appreciate y'all though. Let's go. Flawless gang. Let's go. Let's go.